This is the real-time record of a company that almost died 3 times and then became the most dominant launch provider on Earth. The gap between SpaceX and everyone else is enormous and widening. Yet the performance gap just keeps getting bigger. In 2025, SpaceX launched more mass to orbit than every other provider on Earth combined. Much more. This is crazy. Every payload from China, Russia, Europe, and all American launchers wasn't even a fifth of what SpaceX put into orbit. They're the only company producing rockets at an industrial scale. Hey, the question isn't why did SpaceX succeed? That's too vague to be useful. The sharper question, what can someone building hard things actually take away? And so then Max breaks it down into a bunch of subheadings. The first one is the strategy. What SpaceX has done more than anything is minimize the cost of getting things to space. Before starting SpaceX, Elon wanted to get to Mars, but he didn't set out to build a rocket manufacturer. In 2001, he tried buying Russian ICBMs to get there, but the Russians quoted him ridiculous prices. So he famously reframed the question from first principles. It turned out that the materials cost of a rocket was around 2% of the typical price, which is a crazy ratio for a large mechanical product. 2%. Your car's raw materials are maybe 20 to 30% of the sticker price. Consumer electronics are similar. But rockets, 98 cents of every dollar was going somewhere other than what it was made of. Where was it going? 3 places, it seems. Supplier markup stacking through contract layers, custom designs that couldn't achieve manufacturing scale, and expendable hardware thrown away after every flight. None of these are the laws of physics. If you accept existing solutions, you accept their cost structure. So rebuild from physics instead. Don't ask, what do rockets cost? Ask, what should rockets cost? Elon eventually named this the idiot index, the ratio of the actual cost of a part to the cost of its raw materials. If the ratio is high, he says, you're an idiot. On to the next subheading, the engineering. If the strategy is to rethink everything from first principles, how do you actually execute that without major consequential failures? Where Boeing invests upfront in analysis, SpaceX invests upfront in prototypes. The core philosophy is deceptively simple. Failures are data, not disasters. Tight feedback loops lead to a high rate of innovation and adaptation, quickly finding better solutions of what not to do. Second, constant forcing functions, both real and manufactured. The forcing function prevents drift. Even an arbitrary deadline is better than no deadline because it forces decisions. Some were genuinely existential, like the 2008 cash crisis when SpaceX had funds for exactly one more Falcon 1 attempt. Others Elon created himself, aggressive public timelines that even he knew were ambitious. Third, direct technical engagement that bypasses organizational filters. Andrej Karpathy, who worked for Elon at Tesla, notes that Elon spends about 50% of his time talking directly to engineers, not to VPs summarizing engineering work. This sounds obvious, but it's unusual in the corporate world. The CEO has to trust the CTO, who works through layers of managers to enact a vision. Each layer is a hop where information is lost. SpaceX collapses the chain. By talking directly to the engineers, Elon removes the signal loss. They become the source of truth, not the filtered narratives that typically reach the CEO. This isn't just about speed and accuracy, it also allows SpaceX to make bolder technical bets. Elon stays aligned on what is actually possible. The lessons aren't trapped inside one company. This matters for anyone trying to build something hard. When you're at the frontier, possibilities present themselves that don't exist for anyone else. Small groups with the right structure can do extraordinary things, not brilliant individuals. Structured teams with fast feedback loops, real forcing functions, and cultural tolerance for visible failure. The P-80 in 5 months, the SR-71 in 4 years, Falcon 1 to Falcon 9 in 4 years. This has happened before, it can happen again. The lesson isn't be like Elon. Hero worship is the wrong takeaway. One person didn't build Starship. The lesson is that structure matters more than the hero. Get the system right, and the results follow. If I had to distill it to one question, it would be, how fast are your feedback loops? How fast can you get to reality? You can see this pattern in every successful frontier tech effort.